Driven from their homes by armed invaders, a few hardy refugees faced the prospect of starting again. They would found a new village deep in the countryside. With a new settlement established, the first priority was locating a reliable food source. The simplest source was gathering from nature.
Meta.
Huh? Meta? Quetta?
Here off.
Yes,
Eat a willer.
With a healthy supply of food, the village could start to grow. To do so, it would need more hands to share the work.
Quetta? Yeah. Cadriende. Yeah. Yaro. Cadriende. Huh? Yaro. Yesamiende. Yeah. Yuende.
Huh? Eat Shafara.
The new workforce could now turn to the growing village's needs. First, they would build a mill near their food source, so villagers could drop off gathered berries more easily.
Workende. Yaru. Gadriende. Yes, Samiende.
Next, the growing village would need wood to build with. The growing community now had a steady supply of lumber. To make wood collection easier, villagers could erect a lumber camp near the forest.
Quetta? Workende. Udo? Yes. Yes, Samiende.
Thanks to the camp, villagers no longer needed to travel as far to drop off lumber. The village now required additional houses to support its growing population.
Yeah. Workende. Workan. Workan.
Huh? Yeah. Yuende.
Yeah. Workende. Huh? Yes, sir. Would do. Gonganda.
With additional housing in place, even more villagers could join the workforce. But a populous village would soon exhaust the natural food sources. To grow, the community needed dedicated farms.
Here work. Quetta. Worka. Dom. Huh? Work Kendi. Huh? Work Kendi. Yeah, Yaru. Work Kendi. Quetta. Dom. Work Kendi.
Woodsmen and farmers now kept the village well supplied.
Yeah. Quetta. Yeah. Huende. Gong.
Further growth required knowing the countryside and finding more resources. For that, communities employed scouts.
Each a willer. Gongande. Yeah. I'm not. Worker.
Ridra. Yaru. Yeah.
Able to move quickly and see great distances, scouts were key to discovering new resources. The most important thing for a scout to locate was a ready source of gold.
Yes, sir. Gande. Astirende. Ridende. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yaherende. Ridende. Yeah. Kuthlich. Gande. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yaherende. Asteriende. Kuthlich. Ridende. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
To prevent having to haul ore large distances, expanding communities would establish a mining camp near the source of gold.
Foreware. Gande. Yaherende. Yes, sir. Astirende.
Quetta. Gonganda.
Quetta.
Workende.
Yaru. Yeah.
Yaru. Off to Delphin.
A well-placed camp ensured efficient gold mining.
Yeah. Workende. Quetta. Off the Delphin. Huh?
With a good supply of gold, the village was becoming a large town. The signpost of this growth would be the construction of a large landmark. With the landmark in place, the once sleepy village announced itself as a thriving feudal township. The townsfolk had been driven from their homes before, however. This time, they would defend themselves. The first step would be constructing a barracks for infantry.
Eat your worker.
Potessa, Barindinu. Go, go.
What surface, eh?
Once it had a barracks, the town could establish a standing force of soldiers. Simple infantrymen armed with spears were a common choice for these militias.
Garwigan. Behave yourself.
Yes, sir?
On your work. What surface, eh? Eat your work out.
The town now had a militia and could look to reclaim the lands lost to invasion. The invaders had blocked the road north with a stout palisade. Although spears were of little use against these walls, the militia could burn down the obstacle with torches.
Each will. Yerwa, Garwigan. Astira, Garwigan. Remet, mid-May. Garu uppe, hurra! Yes. Ferdemen, Jerua, Garu, Astirath, Garwigan. Ferdemen, Garwigan, for. Here, send the shield pendant! Ferdemen. Yarway. Yarway. Ridere. Each willen. Hurra.
With the road open, the militia could now reclaim their lands in the north.
Garwigan Asetta. Cometh on.
First, the spearmen had to deal with a lone sentry.
Yerwa Garwigan. Astira Garwigan. Mid-May. Understrelum. Cometh on.
Advancing aggressively, the militia eliminated the enemy sentry. The invaders had a small cavalry camp guarding the road, but the militia was ready to attack.
Mid-May. Garu Asti. Primeth Garu. Primeth Garu. Garu up. Primeth Garu. Garu. Fara.
Spears were highly effective against cavalry, allowing the militia to win the day. All that remained was to destroy the invaders' stables.
Garu up. Garwigan Asetta.
The invaders' cavalry post was destroyed, but other enemy positions awaited further up the road. Hostile archers defended the next camp, which would put spearmen at a disadvantage. The township needed cavalry of its own to deal with this, and so would need to build stables. To deploy that cavalry quickly, the town needed to build their stables near the front lines.
And you went off.
Fortunately, friendly villagers came out of hiding and joined the effort.
That's Sole Bayo Tempra.
Hera offer. Sona. It will do hit. Ishana.
Garwigan. Agnawa. Cometh on.
Yaru Ichuela. That's Sole Bayo Tempra.
What surface, eh? Yes, sir. Understood. Each timbra theos.
Garu up. Garwigan Asetta. Mid-May. Agnawa. Yes, sir. Cometh on. Garu Farath. Each will.
Yes, sir. Each you say, yes, sir. Each your work.
With stables in place, the town could field horsemen of its own.
Iche Brukedat. Wasting no Schultelet.
Garwigan.
Ciel of Werther. Fatima.
And you work it.
It's Libyan.
Eat your work it.
Yirwa. Garwi. Astira. Garwigan. Yes, sir.
What surface say? That Shule Bayo Timbran. Each brewke that. And you work.
Bin Hester.
Each Timbra Theos.
Ayoredas Yer. Diar. Bayod May. You need to know. It's here.
The town now had a rapid light cavalry, skilled at harassing slower targets, such as archers.
Steady fast and who? Eat your will. Eat your volley. Ritanu. Yerward. Aoridas. Garu Upa. Astira. Garu Upa. Hora. Bayod May. Icarida. Remet. Garu. Mid May. Ayored Ridede. Yerward. Aoridas. Ferath. Readeth Aoridas. Garwigan? Yes, sir. Steady fast and Garu up Aknawa. Steady fast and Ga! Ichiara! Garu up! Yes, sir! Garwigan! East Libya!
The cavalry eliminated the enemy archers and moved on to destroying the archery range itself.
Yirwa! Garwigan! Garu Antiga! Yeditirupa! Garu!
The invaders' archers and their camp were destroyed. A final enemy emplacement remained, one fortified with palisades and defended by spearmen. To deal with this target, the town would need longbowmen. First, they needed to build archery ranges in the area regained from the invaders.
Cometh on! Yeditirupa! Aioredas!
Once more, friendly villagers arrived to help.
Yaru to work. That Shule Bayo Timbran.
And you work it. Eat your work it.
Tremeth Garu! Garu! Fara! Aioredas! Yesadli Athopa! Yes, sir. Readeth Aire Garu up! Each will. Yedit, yes, sir.
Each brewke that.
Eat your blue. Here the who. Sona.
With several archery ranges in place, the town could add longbowmen to its forces.
Tremeth Garu! Astirath Garwigan! Astirath Garwigan! Strela Fuse! Strela!
Yard. Berde. Flamboga arod. Strele fuse. Strel boren. Flamboga arod. Strela fuse. Beodet me.
Yar here wendy off. That's Shule Beotembran.
Yes, Ferende nu. Each a worker.
Yes, sir. Understood. Dikeum ye say it's timber theos.
And you work off each a guy. That's Shule Beo Timbran.
Fair enough. Estes commended.
A strong force of archers could eliminate enemy spearmen at a distance, so long as they took the proper position.
Strela fuse. Yard. Flamboga arod. Strel boren yerwa. Gath. Strel boren. Beodeth me. Onsterende. Strelabora. Sithe. Equilla.
Yerwaf Garwigan. Stead faster nu. Each a willa. Garwigan. Garu. Fera. Brit nu. Yerward. Each a folie.
Abuga. Strelbora. Onsteria. Strelbora.
Poised on a cliff top, the longbowman would be protected from an infantry charge.
And your redas Yerway. Garwigan. Assa. Yes, sir. Mid-May.
Strelboren Yerwa. Strelboren Berth. Strelboren Herakongat on way.
Swap with wise champagne. Yerwaf Garwigan. Porca iras.
The last of the invaders fell to the resurgent homegrown population. Now that their lands were free of enemies, the town could take the next step in its growth and become a powerful medieval city. Here too, the erection of a great landmark would be the signpost of this growth.
That's Shule Beotembran.
Revet Garu.
What third faith, eh?
And you worker.
And your work, eh?
What Iquilla do hit? What third faith, eh? Yes, sir. West Duhala. Yaru to work.
What third faith, eh? Eat your word and your work, eh?
Where a few lowly refugees had founded a small village, now rose a mighty city. From there, would grow an empire. From the vast reaches of the Mongolian steppe, an army of over 100,000 men swept aside all resistance, claiming territories that spanned continents. Their leader, Genghis Khan, proclaimed his life's ambition was to unite the world under one empire. Having conquered the East, the Mongols turned their attention to the West, where they would come face to face with some of the greatest armies of medieval Europe. Would Genghis Khan's legendary warriors finally meet their match? By 1221, the Mongols had taken cities throughout Asia, generating vast amounts of tribute from those they conquered. The West, however, was still an untapped resource. Genghis Khan sent his trusted generals, Jebei and Subutai, to attack Europe. With an army of 20,000, Jebei and Subutai took the West by surprise, raiding cities and destroying armies. Within 2 years, they had the prosperous Rus territories in their sights. But in their way was a Rus army of over 40,000 men. Outnumbered, Jebei and Subutai turned and started to head back east. The Rus sensed an easy victory and set off in pursuit of their retreating enemies. For 8 days, the fast-moving Mongols stayed just out of reach. Then, Jebei and Subutai set their trap. They lured the Rus across the Kalka River and turned to fight. The Rus had fallen for one of the Mongols' most effective tactics, the feigned retreat. The stage was set for the Mongol army to test themselves against Europe's finest. The Mongols charged across the European plains, with the fatigued Rus army in close pursuit. The Rus had fallen for the Mongol tactic of the feigned retreat, and unknowingly followed them into peril. The Mongol general sprung his trap on the enemy scouts. With the Rus scouts cut down, General Subutai crossed the Kalka River. Here, he would stage a full-scale ambush on the vast Rus army. Subutai directed his warriors to split up and lie in wait for the enemy.
Юм болох нь үү дээ. Яг хэмгүй. Хөдөж. Сугаар санардат хун. Жарилэг ирээд үгэ. Анхаар. Манай жарилэг болгоод угаа. Баатта бид хөдлөх гэж байна юм. Хөдөл. Бууганшхан. Жарилгаар болсон.
Мөр тарваач бэлэн.
For Subatai's strategy to be effective,
Жарилгийг дагсуу.
he needed to spring his trap before the Rus recovered from their long pursuit.
Манай жарилэг болгоод угаа.
He sent his most fearsome Mangadai horse archers to draw the Rus quickly towards the ambush site. These highly skilled warriors could fire their bows rapidly while riding at speed.
Явган турхаг хөдөлмөр. Даруй. Ударалт нам. Орн юугаас солиуга. Би давхин нам. За, тэгсүү. Жарилгаар болсон. Явган турхаг хөдөлмөр. Жарилгийн сор болгосон. Ударалт нам.
The Mongol provocation was effective, and the Rus hastily pursued.
Би давхин нам. Би давхин нам.
The Rus army had fallen for the feigned retreat and rode straight into the Mongol ambush. With the enemy surrounded, Subatai's battle-ready warriors descended from all sides.
Чадах турхаг хэлээ. Давцуу.
Жарилэг ирээд үгэ. Анхаар мөхсөг аасгүй. Яа тэгсэн. Ай сугаар.
Чад юугаа хацтуга.
Хөдөл. Манай жарилэг болгоод угаа.
Чадах турхаг. Хей.
Хэрэг биш үгэ.
Чад юугаа хац. Мөхө. Хатгэр дүүн хандав.
Хоёуг дурхгүй да. Жиргэн.
Чадах турхаг жарилгийн сар болгосон. Дагсуу. Явган турхаг хөдөлмөр. Чадах турхаг. Чад юугаа хацтуга. Чад тэгсүү. Чад хэл. Чад хийнэм. Удар. Дариух. Жарилгаар болсон. Хийнэм. Давцуу. Дариух. Чад юугаа хац.
The Mongol ambush was devastating, and Rus numbers were reduced to a few desperate stragglers. Seeing the fate of their comrades, the last Rus encircled themselves in a makeshift fort of baggage carts.
Аныг харуулж байна.
Жарилгаар болсон. Жарилгийн сар болгосон. Хэл. Хат. Хийнэм. Ударал. Ударал. Даруй. Жарилгаар болсон. Сурхгүй. Бодтун. Жарилгийн сор болгосон.
Аныг харуулж байна.
Turk'un pedik. Cadı Türk bu. Hey. Hadi okun.
The Rus stockade fell. Despite a valiant last stand, the remnants of the Rus army were cut down. Spurred on by the crushing victory at the Kalka River, the Mongols advanced ever further into the heartland of the Rus.